Now it's time for America's favorite kids show, Uncle Tim's Cabin, starring that beer-bellied, middle-aged, burnt-out musician whose hair is still stuck in the 80s, Tim Wallis.
Hi kids, welcome to another exciting adventure of Uncle Tim's Cabin. I've got a lot planned for you for today, so you better get up real close to the screen and turn the volume up real loud. I get cards and letters from you kids every day. And how I get them, I'll never know. None of you seem to know how to use the zip code.
A zip code is on the town, and everything will be all right.
Here's a letter from 13-year-old Tommy Green. Tommy even sent in a picture that he drew of himself, just for me. Tommy doesn't write or spell too good, but he used the zip code.
And everything will be all right.
Dear Uncle Tim, when I grow up, I want to play guitar just like you. And I want to be in a band and travel. My dad says to get that silly notion out of my head.
That sort of behavior we call an infantile reaction.
Uncle Tim, can you help me? Well, Tommy, we first have to see if you have what it takes to be a guitar player. So here's a little test. You kids at home, listen in too. Do you get along well with others? Are you a team player? Do you work hard? If you answered yes, then playing the guitar isn't for you. You see, Tommy, those guys, they end up married to an ungrateful wife, a mortgage and credit card bills they can't pay, and end up in a dead-end job.
You've got to do the few things I asked you to, Mike.
Are you trying to boss me again? What do you want me to do?
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm sure your mommy and daddy are happy in their own little way.
You waste as much money as I do, Mike, and you know it.
What does a man work for? Beating his brains out to make something out of himself if his wife doesn't look up to him.
But I'm not going to be a fool like Mother, bending over a wash tub all her life while Dad went around as free as air.
Now, on the other hand, if you're egotistical, arrogant, narcissistic, that's a big word. You have the desire to lust after women and you want to make a bunch of money? Well, Tommy, guitar playing could be just for you. Yes, life as a guitar player, it's great. People want to take care of you.
Nobody's going to hurt you.
Don't hurt him.
Take care of you. You just go with us.
Cheap booze.
After deep intoxication, the sobering up period may take 12 hours.
12 hours? Pfft, that's plenty of time to get to the next gig. You get to tell people what to do.
Bring me some reefers.
That's because everybody wants to be your friend.
Oh, Walter, I want to be with you. You're creative.
Let's not forget about those little hotties that want to meet you backstage after the gig.
Could you meet me backstage at 3:15?
Oh, that'd be fine, Wally.
You don't even have to be good looking.
In the hills of Arkansas, sitting by his mowing fall, there's only rifle shooting up in there.
Those boys look like their mom's dad is their dad, too. And I couldn't hardly understand a word they were singing. But you know what? I'll bet they're getting them some. But you got to be careful. There's things out there that'll get you.
D.D. is for everybody, not just for the few. D.D. is for everybody.
If you need help, see a doctor.
I hope that clears things up for you, little Tommy. And if Mom and Dad won't buy you a guitar, then you're going to have to get the money yourself. Maybe you could get it from one of your teachers at school. Or from a friend. Or from another kid at school. You know, some kids hide their money in their school books. Well, looks like old Uncle Tim's out of time for today, but before we go, grab your guitars and let's get ready to jam. Grab yourself a great big old hillbilly A, and let's do some picking. tune in next week for another adventure of Uncle Tim's Cabin. And you moms out there that's been sending in those special pictures, you keep sending them. You know what Uncle Tim likes. All right, kids, before you go to bed, make sure that you take a bath because you want to be clean and fresh.
Oh, soap and water make you cleaner than you used to be, keep you fresh and clean.
Come on in, the water's fine.
And in the morning, put on some clean socks.
Clean socks, shoes that fit your toe.
Next week's show, I'm going to teach you all how to square dance. Well, I got to go, so you know what I say. Miss me, meet it.
Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girls.
Turn off the fucking camera.